Hello folks, back with another Whip Wednesday here. So last week I had mentioned that if I got through with my Knights and Wraith miniatures, that I would finish up the last of my Maelstroms Edge broken infantry units here. Now I picked up a large box of these, I think a couple of years ago at this point. I painted most of them up. Started off with regular paint, and then I used them as a little test bed for my contrast paints when I first started getting into them. And these last four guys just kind of sat around for a long time. Now these guys, despite their awkward, to say the least, weapons poses, are definitely going to be showing up as cannon fodder in any of the sci-fi games I play. These units are supposed to represent forgotten colonists who have had to fight back against whatever the man there is in Maelstrom's Edge with cobbled together weapons and armor, etc. So they definitely make a great ragtag rebel group, or militia, or what have you, in Stargrave, or 5 parsecs from home, or whatever else I'm going to cook up. So these last four guys will finish up the boxes of them. I have a couple more of the units from Maelstrom's Edge that look a lot better in their weapons poses, but I haven't gotten to them, and it's probably going to take me a while. Continuing on with my being late for October theme here, I have 3 Reaper Minis figures. A Reaper Bones guy. 2 of these guys are from the most recent Reaper Bones kit. This is a little pumpkin-headed knight. He's got a couple of spooky things on him, a little skeleton on his armor plate, a skull, and then of course a shield that is very much like a tombstone. This guy Reaper was giving out during October for orders. A little pumpkin-headed nightmare. He's got a little scythe, hand scythe on a leg bone here, and getting some use out of the contrast paints again. All Griff Charger orange, I think, Griff something orange, and then some of the browns, and then I'll go back over and I'll highlight them up. I really like how the contrast paints work, but most of the time I also think that they still need a highlight. The third one is also from the Reaper Bones Kickstarter. A little scarecrow here. There's a couple of pumpkins around him. He's got a creepy old face and some rotten flesh, so this guy is definitely some kind of cursed farmer or whatever, crucified up here and set out to terrorize everybody. And last but not least is this old school, I don't know what he's supposed to be. He's either Reaper or Grenadier. I ground down the tab to put him on here so I can no longer really identify him. And I'm not sure if he's supposed to be like a stone giant or a hill giant or just some sort of hulking brute like an ogre. For comparison, a Ral Partha fighter here for size. So he's not so gigantic, but also at the time that this guy would have been made, their giants weren't very big because these are metal. So they were expensive to produce, ship, etc. So their giants tend to be a little bit undersized. Oop. I'm not very sure on their feet either, it seems. So that's what's on the table for this week. Cleaning up a couple of leftovers and one really old school miniature. Thanks for tuning in.